Some farmers in northern Caddo Parish could soon strike it rich, but it won't happen because of higher prices for corn, cotton, or soybeans.
It will come from leasing their land to an energy company that isn't talking about what they have planned for the area. Jade Balesa goes in depth, uncovering what's up.
Well, I was born in a small town.
This is the perfect picture of rural Louisiana. Rich farmland with rows and rows of corn or cotton, and small towns like Belcher, population about 250. Life here is characterized by its serenity and the peacefulness that comes with wide open spaces. But it's those same wide open spaces that have attracted the attention of a company called Caddo Parish Solar LLC. That's why some people here are afraid that their view of this may soon turn into this.
Instead of looking at cotton fields and corn fields, you'll be looking at shiny metal panels, glinting in the sunlight every day from daylight to dark.
Many people who have made this area their home say it is not their ideal picture of a rural landscape, even though it could make some people a lot of money.
I've got friends on both sides of the fence. Some of my friends will it'll be monetarily good for them. Other friends, they'll lose their livelihood.
It's hard to pin down exactly how much landowners will make by leasing their property. But the police chief in Belcher says he's heard that a section of land, that's 640 acres, could bring in almost $500,000 every year. You don't have to be a farmer to know that it's hard work and long days. Some years the yield's good, other years not so good. So who wouldn't sign an agreement to lease their property for that kind of money? That way, your only work is taking some very large checks to the bank. Getting answers on exactly what is planned in this area is hard. Not much is known about Caddo Parish Solar except the few things we could find in public records. The company was incorporated less than 2 years ago in Delaware. The company appears to have offices in North Carolina. Finally, the company has not returned any of our calls asking for information. It's the same cold shoulder the company has been giving to the mayor of Belcher, Jennifer Fant, and her husband, the police chief, Major Fant.
We've spent a large part of our money to pass the zoning. The zoning was set in place to kind of keep the village the way it is, and we wanted to keep it as kind of a quaint, small place.
Fant and the mayor are concerned about zoning because they've heard the solar farm is being developed in connection with the port of Caddo Bossier. They also believe the Port Commission has the legal right to overrule or ignore local ordinances, including zoning laws. KTBS 3 News contacted Port Economic Director Zazelle Dudley, who told us she has never heard of Caddo Parish Solar. When asked if the Port Commission had the power to supersede local ordinances, she responded only by saying that the Port Commission is always, quote, in compliance with the law. While Dudley would not directly answer the question, the state representative for the area says the Port Commission does have that kind of power.
And that is one major concern there. Is that they're going to be in the city limits of Belcher, and the Caddo Bossier Port actually has the authority to override any local ordinances, even though Belcher may have ordinances that keep them out of Belcher.
A map provided to KTBS 3 News indicates the areas highlighted in green have already been secured by the solar company, and that they're in discussions with the landowner highlighted in yellow. Finally, Representative McCormick is also concerned the Port Commission might allow the company to skip out on paying local property taxes for several years. Taxes that help pay for such things as police and fire protection. McCormick says city leaders in Belcher aren't the only ones having trouble getting answers.
Like I said, we're not getting any feedback. Even me as a state representative, I'm not getting any feedback. And that, when people are hiding things from the people, and maybe hiding is not the right word, but they're not forthcoming with information to the people or to the people's representatives. That's a huge concern.
Jade Balesa, KTBS 3 News.